I'm not even. I'm not even gonna do the intro. Just look. Just look. Just take it in really quick. Just bask in it really quickly. 7th anniversary. Dokkan battle. 3rd year's EZA. I was like, oh, okay, now that's fire. And then they said, but what if we did the 4th years though? And so that's where we are. Oh my goodness. Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Luna the Programmer, and in today's video, you see the Bible that is this passive skill. Let's take a look. I already know you've been reading it. You've probably already read it because I'm like 20 hours late because this is posted at 4 a.m. Bruh. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Let's go. Goku Fam 180 busted. Super AGL type, whatever. 130 garbage, who cares? Now, if you have been living under a rock and somehow aren't familiar with what Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta did before, now, Goku had 80% attack. That was it. 80% attack. And then he had 20 percent defense. Nice defense, Goku. Even with a massive raise, unless he was fully built, that was pretty mid. And in this day and age, where we have LRs busting out 7 million attack stats, turn 1 with 200k defense plus guard, plus infinitely stacking, that they just weren't cutting it. So, in the 3rd year LR CZ8, I was like, okay, this is great. And then they said, but what if we make the Super Saiyan 4s not garbage? And now, I want you to hear me out now. Because, do you know what this means? This means you have the 7th year LR, the Super Saiyan 4s, the fusing ones. So you have them. You have these 2 units right here. You have Gogeta 4 Tech. You have Gogeta 4 Int. And you have, who cares who else you throw at the team at that point? Because those 5 units already, or is that 6 units? I can't count. Wait, those units, regardless how many of them are, those units already make a broken team. Anyways, so they said, okay, instead of 80% attack and 20% defense, nice defense, Goku. They said, okay, screw it, let's just give them 140 turn start. And you're like, whoa, 140 turn start plus massive raise already is like, okay, buddy, calm down. And then you realize, well, they weren't finished, because now they want to give an additional 20% attack for Goku, capping at 60. Then he gains an additional 2 key for each Rainbow or AGL key sphere. Then an additional 1 key for each key sphere obtained other than AGL. Then he literally negates the enemy if there are 2 or more enemies when launching an active skill or when your key is 24. Reminder, he's still massively raising for a turn. Yeah. Okay. Reminder, he still has a chance to counter supers. I just want to put that out there. So Vegeta, right? You remember Vegeta. When he released, I was like, he was garbage because we thought Goku was way better, because at that time, we were in a meta where defense didn't really matter so much. And even though Goku had 20%, his massive raise was enough to cover it for most events. Vegeta, however, got the short end of the stick because he had 20% attack and 80% defense. So he was, until he was fully built up, He took 4 turns to actually get to where Goku started at, while having defense that sure was better at the beginning, but didn't really matter ultimately. Of course, as events became harder and time went on, we began to realize that Vegeta having higher defense turn 1 was usually more significant. Unless, of course, your Goku got a double super. But again, they said, let's EZA them. So they said, 140 plus massively raised. You're starting to get what I'm saying here. Now, not only that, he massively raised his attack and raised his defense for a turn on his 12 key. Now, previously, he would only massively raise attack, which sucked, because Goku raised his defense, which made him more consistent, defensively anyway. And again, with Vegeta having 20% attack, him massively raising it did nothing. He was still at 2.5 million, turn 1. So they said, okay, let's just give him 140. But not only that, let's give him 10% attack and 20% defense at the start of every turn, capping at 30 and 60% respectively. Then an additional 2 key for each STR or Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. Then an additional 1 fee for each Key Sphere obtained that is other than STR. And again, disables actions if you're launching a 24 key super. Yeah. Now, I didn't point this out, but Goku, if I remember correctly, Goku is under a 200% lead. Vegeta, I don't believe is. But Goku is under a 200% lead. So, what do you think is going to happen to enemies when you have a massive raise plus 200% leads plus disabling actions plus 140 plus this 60 here? What do you think is going to happen to the enemy? Do you think they're going to live that? No. They will not. So let's take a look at what they got going for them as far as partners. Okay. So what do we have? Super Saiyan 4. Again, this website only shows global database units, so if you do not see the 7th year LRs, that is why. But let's see what they have outside of that. Let's see our boys. Goku. Obviously, immediately we have a problem. Not for us, but for the enemies that we'll be facing. He shares 6 links with the Vegeta that also just EZA'd. Let me eat a cracker. Just sit on that for a moment. Okay? You're like, well, that's pretty good. Then you realize he shares 5 links with the 3rd year EZAs, both in base and transformed. That also just EZA'd. Then you realize he shares 5 links with STR Vegeta and Tech Gogeta. Only 2 teams here. 3 teams here. But still. Then you realize he shares 5 links with this guy, who is still pretty good offensively. Then you realize he shares 5 links with this guy, who is still pretty decent, but is replaced now, at least, by his LR counterpart. Then you realize he shares 5 links in 5 categories with Namek Goku, who was a top 5 unit, arguably, before the celebration, but now has dropped to like around 15 or something, because these units are just that insane. And then, as if that weren't enough, then you start realizing he shares 4 links with the Chad Broly. Again, only 1 team, so you're probably not going to use that much. But Super Battle Road Killer. Just saying. Just for funsies. Then, you realize he shares 4 links with my boy, who just EZA'd, who's a pretty damn good unit. Then you realize he shares 4 with Transforming Goku, at least the first couple of forms. 4 here as well with Vegeta. Once you start getting into 3 links, we start, dropping off a bit in quality. So, most of these guys can be skimmed over because they're not really relevant. Like I said, the main guys were up here. When this guy gets an EZA, which should hopefully be soon, That's another 5 links. Another 7 or 8 categories. Hello? Are you seeing the problem? Okay. Let's take a look at Vegeta. 6 links with his LR. 5 links with the TURs. Similar story. 4 links this time. With all those LRs I mentioned. 4 links with the Dokkan Fest. 4 links with Transforming Vegeta, who should hopefully get an EZA coming up on Saiyan Day. That's another 3 weeks. 4 links with the Pure Saiyan Leader. Guaranteed stun, guaranteed crit. I mean, this is something. This is what I like to call the greatest celebration in Dokkan history. Okay? Because this is unmatched. No other celebration in Dokkan comes close to the absurdity that is the 7th anniversary. And with that thought, I will leave you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or learned something new. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. My name is Luna, also known as Luna the Programmer. And I will catch you guys in that next one. See you.